So as we are discuss about Otto cycle. So Otto cycle is the ideal air standard cycle for which engine? For petrol engine. And we will discuss the operation of Otto cycle. So this is the PV and TS diagram. So what are the four processes during this cycle? So 1 to 2 you can see here. In the PV diagram 1 to 2 process, that is 1 to 2 process is your isentropic compression. So isentropic, suppose this one I am taking is your BDC position. As you are taking this one is your suppose BDC position, bottom dead center, BDC, and you are taking this one as your TDC, top dead center. So when suction will be there, when piston move from TDC to BDC, volume will be increases from V1 to V2 and the air will be entered into the cylinder, and this volume, when piston is at TDC and cylinder head, this volume is known as your which volume? This volume is known as your clearance volume. And if we consider this is a closed chamber, so this is known as also which? This is also known as your combustion chamber also. This is also known as your combustion chamber CC. Okay. So 1 to 2, that is your when piston move from TDC to BDC, that is your suction. Okay. So when piston exactly reach at BDC position, the suction will be end. So initially then what will happen? Piston will be moved from, then next stroke is your BDC to TDC. When piston move from BDC to TDC, then what will happen? The volume will be decreases. Initially the volume is here, what is the volume? Here the volume is your V2. So when piston move from BDC to TDC, what will happen? The volume will be decreases from V2 to V1. Okay. So when the volume will be decreases, the pressure and temperature of the air fuel mixture will be increases. So as the air fuel mixture will be increases, and we are not adding any heat, or we are not rejecting any heat. So that is your which process? That is 1 to 2 process we consider, that is your isentropic compression. Isentropic means there is no heat transfer between the system and surrounding. Then here in during compression, volume will be decreases and pressure increases from P1 to P2. You can see here. And this is the curve for 1 to 2, that is your isentropic compression. Why you are go for compression? Because you have to preheat the air fuel mixture for proper burning. Then when piston exactly reach at TDC position, the compression process will be end at this position 2 point. So when piston is at TDC, the gap between the volume between the piston, when the piston is at TDC and the cylinder head, that volume is known as which volume? Clearance volume. And with this clearance volume, what will happen? At the exact end of the compression stroke, some heat will be added. Where from the heat will be added? From the spark plug heat will be added. So here in the 2 to 3 process, what will happen? Some Q will be added here. Heat will be added here. Which volume? Constant volume. Why constant volume? Because with this clearance volume, the heat will be added. Okay. So 2 to 3 process is your what? Constant volume heat addition. Okay. So after compression, there will be your ignition or heat addition. 2 to 3 is your constant volume heat addition. So we can say here V2 is equal to V3 is equal to, we can say VC with this clearance volume. Okay. Then what will happen? After when you are adding the heat to the high pressure temperature air, what will happen? It will be start burning. When it will be start burning, it will be give you hot gases, and these hot gases will give the piston, give the force to the piston, and piston will be moved downward from where to where? From TDC to BDC. When piston will be moved downward from TDC to BDC, what will happen? Automatically the piston, due to the force of the hot gases, the piston will be moved from TDC to BDC. So here, when you are burning the air fuel mixture, what we get? We get the heat, and heat will be converted to here work, and the force acted on the piston will be transmitted to the crankshaft through the connecting rod, and we get work here. So in the 3 to 4 process, that is your isentropic expansion, and this isentropic expansion 3 to 4, what we get? We get work. 3 to 4 process is your expansion process. Which process? Isentropic expansion, because no heat will be transferred between the system and surrounding. So 3 to 4 process is your isentropic expansion, where volume will be increases from V3 to V4, pressure decreases from P3 to P4, okay, and temperature decreases from T3 to T4. Okay. So 3 to 4 is your isentropic expansion. When expansion will be end? When piston exactly reach at BDC position, expansion will be end. So before piston reach at the BDC position, what will happen? The exhaust port will be open, and when the exhaust port will be open, then as the gas inside the cylinder will be after expansion, some of the pressure is there inside the cylinder, and due to the pressure difference between the atmosphere and the cylinder, some of the exhaust gases will be rush out from the cylinder or from the cylinder to the atmosphere through the exhaust port. So that is your which one? That 4:1. So with the constant volume, the sum of the heat will be rejected. So that is known as your 4:1 is known as your constant volume heat rejection. So after that, when piston move from BDC to TDC, the exhaust stroke will be there. So that 4 process we will discuss. That 1 to 2 is your isentropic compression, 2 to 3 is your heat addition, constant volume, 3 to 4 is your expansion, and 4 to 1 is your constant volume heat rejection. Okay. So what is your, this volume is known as your VC, here to here that is your V2. So here to here volume is known as your which volume? Swept volume or stroke volume, VS. Okay, when piston move from TDC to BDC, the volume is known as your stroke volume or swept volume. So this is your PV diagram. So if you represent this one as a TS diagram, so temperature entropy diagram, so that is that 1 to 2 isentropic compression. When it will be compressed, entropy will be constant. Isentropic means entropy constant. So 1 to 2 process, S1 is equal to S2. So it will be a vertical line, and temperature will be due to compression. Temperature will be increases from T1 to T2. Then 2 to 3 is your constant volume heat addition. So constant volume process in the TS diagram will be a curve. In the 2 to 3 process, heat will be added. As the heat will be added, temperature increases from T2 to T3. Then after 3 process, constant volume heat addition, there is 3 to 4 is your expansion. When there will be expansion, isentropic. Isentropic means S3 is equal to S4. And during expansion, temperature decreases from T3 to T4. Okay. And 4 to 1 is your constant volume heat rejection. Okay. So 4 to 1 sum of the heat will be. So heat will be added, we get the work, and sum of the heat will be rejected. So this cycle is possible. Okay. So 4 to 1 is when there will be heat will be rejected, the entropy will be decreases. When you are adding the heat, entropy will be increases from S2 to S3. When you are removing the heat, entropy will be decreases from S4 to S1, and the volume, the temperature is also decreases from T1 to T4. So this is the PV and TS diagram of the cycle. This is the PV and TS diagram of our Otto cycle. Clear? Next we will discuss about the analysis of the thermal efficiency. In the air standard Otto cycle, there are 4 processes: 1 to 2 reversible adiabatic compression of air and isentropic compression, and 2 to 3 heat addition at constant volume, 3 to 4 reversible adiabatic expansion of air and isentropic expansion, 4 to 1 is your heat rejection at constant volume. Okay. So in the analysis what we will discuss? We will discuss about the derivation of the efficiency of the Otto cycle. So what is thermal efficiency? Thermal efficiency, we know that desired output by energy input. So what is the desired output? Net work output by heat supply. So W net by QS, heat supply, is known as your what? Is your thermal efficiency. So what is the heat supplied? So see in the diagram how the heat will be supplied. So in the Otto cycle, the heat will be supplied from 2 to 3 process. In 2 to 3 process, the heat will be supplied, yes or no? In 2 to 3 process, some of the heat will be added. So 2 to 3 process is your constant volume heat addition. So as we know that in the processes at constant volume process, what is the heat addition? Q is equal to mCV dt. mCV dt means change in temperature. Here temperature changes from final temperature minus into high temperature minus low temperature. Temperature changes from T2 to T3. The final temperature is T3 minus T2. So mCV T3 minus T2. That is your. So here we are heat supplying is a small q. So capital Q is equal to mCV T3 minus T2. So what is a small q? Capital Q by m. Yes or no? So here kilojoule per kg, that is equal to Cv T3 minus T2. Clear? Then we will discuss about heat rejection. Where the heat will be rejected? Heat will be rejected in 4 to 1 process. Heat will be rejected in 4 to 1 process. So when heat will be rejected also constant volume. So here constant volume heat rejection, that means what? Constant volume heat rejection means Q is equal to mCV dt. So Q is equal to mCV T4 minus T1. Okay. So MCV T4 minus T1, high temperature minus low temperature. So capital Q by M is equal to small q is equal to CV T4 minus T1. So by applying first law of thermodynamics for cycle, net work done is equal to heat transfer. So what is W net? Heat supply, heat addition, Q in is your positive and heat rejection is negative. So minus Q out. So CV T3 minus T2 minus CV into T4 minus T1, that you get. Then if you put this value in the thermal efficiency, then W net by heat supplied. So W net is this much, Cv into T3 minus T2 minus Cv into T4 minus T1 divided by, what is your heat supply? Cv into T3 minus T2. So Cv will be cancelled out. What is left? 1 minus T4 minus T1. Cv T3 by T2, Cv T3 by T2. That is 1 minus Cv T4 minus T1 divided by Cv T3 minus T2. So that we get 1 minus T4 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2. So 1 minus, if I am taking T1 common, what do you get? If I am taking T1 common, then T4 by T1 minus 1. If I am taking T2 common, what do you get? T3 by T2 minus 1. So you have to represent this equation 1 minus T4 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2 into in this way. So that we put equation number 1. Then we have to replace all the value of T4 minus T1 and T3 minus T2. Okay. So first consider the process 1 to 2. What is your process 1 to 2? Isentropic compression. So we know that for the isentropic process, what is the property relation between temperature and volume? The property relation between temperature volume is T2 minus T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 into gamma minus 1. Okay. So what is your V1 by V2? What is your V1 by V2? V1 by V2 is equal to your R, or compression ratio. Okay. So P2, so why V1 by V2 is equal to compression ratio? Because V1 is your total volume. What is your V2? Clearance volume. So total volume by clearance volume will be give you what? Compression ratio, yes or no? See here the diagram. What is the compression ratio? Total volume by clearance volume. So what is your total volume? Total volume is your V1. This total volume is your V1. And what is your clearance volume? Clearance volume, this is equal to Vc. So this is your 2 to 3 process. We can say this Vc also is equal to V2. And this is also your V3. So V3 is equal to V2 is equal to Vc. So V1 by Vc, that will be give you what? What is your V1? So here to here total volume is your V1. Sorry. This total volume is your V1. And here to here that volume is your Vs, swept volume. So V1 by Vc, it will be give you what? Total volume by clearance will be give you compression ratio. Total volume is your V1. And Vc, that will take V2 because we are taking 1 to 2 process. So V2 is equal to what? Vc. Okay. So for that only, V1 is equal to what? V1 by V2 we are taking, that is equal to R. Clear? So the property relation is T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 to the power gamma minus 1. So P1 V1 to the power gamma is equal to P2 V2 to the power gamma. So PV is equal to MRT. So what is P? P is equal to MRT by V. So we put here T2 by T1 is equal to, so I am prove that how T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 to the power gamma minus 1. So P, in place of a P we put MRT1 into V1 by gamma. So that will get MRT2 into V2 by gamma. So that we get T1 V1 to the power gamma minus 1, T2 V2. So T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 to the power gamma minus 1. So what is your V1 by V2? Compression ratio R, that R to the power gamma minus 1. So T2 by T1 we get R to the power gamma minus 1. Okay. T2 by T1 is equal to R to the power gamma minus 1. I am putting this on equation number 2. What is R? R is equal to V1 by V2, that is compression ratio. Then we will consider your 3 to 4 process. 1 to 2 is your isentropic compression, 3 to 4 is your isentropic expansion. So in the 3 to 4 process, in the expansion or isentropic process, T3 by T4 is equal to V4 by V3. So as 2 by 1 is equal to V1 by V2, then 3 by 4 is equal to V4 by V3. So V4 by V3 gamma minus 1, that is the same, but note point, state will be changes. So V4 by V3 is equal to V4 by V3 to the power gamma minus